Fala aí galera, tudo tranquilo, tudo beleza com vocês? Estamos aqui de volta para mais um vídeo aqui de Dragon Age. E cara, eu cometi um erro aqui, que eu achava que, eu até comentei isso em alguns dos vídeos, eu achava que não tinha como a gente viajar de um mundo para outro. A gente obrigatoriamente, eu achava que a gente obrigatoriamente tinha que passar pelo Eluvian lá, passar pelo aquele local que é conhecido como Encruzilhada. Mas não, cara, olha aqui. A gente consegue ter acesso e viajar de um mundo para outro, ó. Foi erro meu. Eu que não explorei legal aqui o menu, né? Sempre passava aqui com muita pressa. E aqui a gente tem o mapa local. E se você apertar o L2, você consegue ver o mapa do mundo. E viajar para qualquer outra cidade aqui que você quiser direto, sem ter que passar pela encruzilhada. E outra coisa interessante também que eu descobri aqui dessa parte é que a gente tem aqui, ó, essa parte lateral aqui esquerda, a força das alianças. Isso é uma parada que eu também não tinha visto, que você só consegue ver acessando aqui esse trecho aqui do menu. A gente tem aqui, ó, mostra como é que tá a força das alianças aqui. A força dos dragões da sombra, da galera da expedição do véu. E eu acredito que isso aqui vai ser importante para caso tenha alguma missão que eles possam nos dar algum auxílio, né? Principalmente nas missões principais. Na missão lá que a gente lutou contra os 2 dragões, a galera dos corvos que veio dar um auxílio pra gente. Então eu acredito que isso aqui possa ter algum impacto. E isso aqui tudo a gente consegue evoluir fazendo missões secundárias. Eu ia até gravar um vídeo fazendo as missões secundárias, cara, só que eu achei que ficou um vídeo muito maçante. As missões secundárias, em sua grande maioria, não tem muita graça, não tem muita relevância. São missões bobas. Então eu acabei jogando aqui em off. E ó, todas as alianças estavam como fracas. Tava quase zerado ali essas barras aqui, ó. Eu avancei bastante, tá tudo moderado. Só que eu não fiz nenhuma missão de história, beleza, galera? Só fiz essas missões secundárias mesmo. Leve trás, salva um NPC aqui, liberta um outro NPC ali, só esse tipo de missão mesmo. Então a gente vai dar sequência aqui. Vamos dar sequência fazendo uma missão principal. Mas tem uma missão aqui também que a gente pode... Aquelas missões que a gente consegue rever as lembranças aqui dos Solas. Antes da gente seguir com a missão principal, eu vou fazer ela. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui nas lembranças. Revela bastante. Essa questão de ver as lembranças aqui com o grupo revela bastante do background dos Solas, né? Que a gente ainda não conhecia. De como foi esse desenrolar da criação do véu e tudo mais. E da relação dele com as outras divindades lá.
You dare to try to cage us, jealous of our growing power.
You will pay the final price for this betrayal.
We warned you not to use the Blight. For this, and for Mythal, I sentence you to sleep in exile ever after. Your own lives will form the veil that keeps the horror you unleashed at bay.
So he locked the gods away and created a veil between this world and the Fade. I mean, they were terrible, no question. But what he did, it didn't just stop them. It destroyed our culture, our world.
It wasn't just to stop them. It was to stop the Blight. We've seen how bad Elgar'nan and Gillenane are. Imagine all 7 corrupted gods running wild.
So he created the veil just to keep the elven gods locked in their prison?
Yes, to keep them from accessing the Fade. But was the creation of the veil around the world an accident?
You heard him yelling. That's not the sound of a ritual going right.
What do you think, Rook?
Solas fez o que pôde. Mais gente está em pânico, faz sentido. Será que ele realmente fez o que pôde, cara? Vou colocar mais gente está em pânico.
Honestly, I'm a little relieved. I've been feeling out of my depth trying to stop ancient gods. But Solas was flailing just as much as we are.
I had another question, and I'm sorry, maybe this doesn't matter, but Solas trapped the blighted gods in an ancient elven building, right?
That's what it looks like. Maybe a palace? Fancier than what I've seen in Arlethan, at least.
And then, the Magisters were lured into the Fade. They broke in, which let the Blight escape, and turned the Golden City black.
Right, and the Black City hangs in the Fade, a little reminder of their mistakes. What's wrong, Lace?
It's just... the Chant of Light says that the Maker built for them the Golden City, the center of all creation. But if the Golden City was an ancient elven palace, then the Maker didn't build it. The elves did. The Chant of Light is Andraste's visions from the Maker, but it sounds like it's wrong.
You're asking if we just disproved the entire Andrastian faith.
Did we?
Eu ainda acredito no Criador. Não se abale por isso. Fale como alguém que não acredita no Criador, tá? Isso não é problema nosso, deixar de lado dúvidas sobre o Criador. Isso também me preocupa. Aí a gente vai concordar com ela. Fale como alguém que não acredita no Criador. Sinto muito que isso doa. Não dê sua opinião pessoal. Acreditar no Criador. O que importa são as lições. Tá, eu vou falar como alguém que não acredita no Criador. Vou falar que não se abale por isso.
The Maker was never my faith, Lace, but I don't think you have to give it up.
But what they taught us was just wrong. What if the Maker just doesn't exist?
The Chant of Light might be wrong, but it's been made and changed by people over 1,000 years.
There was a whole verse about an elf named Shartan, and the Chantry just cut it out.
So maybe the Golden City was meant as a metaphor. Or maybe it was added because of politics. That might change the history, but it doesn't have to change your whole faith.
The Dalish clans are struggling with the same thing. What do we keep? What do we lose?
The elven gods, the Maker. No matter who you light a candle to, you've got some hard questions to ask yourself right now.
Doctrine is not the truth. It is one of many paths to the truth.
I recognize the sentiment, though not the specific quote. Who said that?
My mother.
Ah. Questions of faith aside, we have some very real gods that still need killing.
Looks like there are 3 more of these murals with the Dreadwolf's old memories. Wonder what else he's hiding.
Beleza, acho que tem mais lembranças aqui do Solas pra gente dar uma olhada. Já vamos olhar de uma vez? Ver arrependimento. Vamos ver se a gente consegue tirar uma conclusão se o Solas estava certo ou errado.
You
Né?
have so long observed the world. Why not consider joining it?
But I have no desire to live as humans. I have the Fade. Besides, this talk of taking on a solid form. I think you underestimate the danger. When you took the glowing stone to build your body, did the earth not shake?
Delirium gives us the strength we had when we were of the Fade. We are the best of physical and spirit. I need your wisdom, Solas. To withstand the louder voices who would go too far like Elganon. I need you.
This is madness. You must know that. I will always follow where you go.
Solas é apaixonadinho na Mythal, né?
What? This is astounding. The ancient elves were spirits who voluntarily manifested a physical form.
I'd rather go back to talking about the Blight.
Hey, Lucanus. Could Spite turn into an elf?
No.
Sorry, but... What?
Eu sou um espírito. Até que é legal isso. Nosso segredo já era. Eu não sou um espírito. Nosso segredo já era. Vou zoar
We hid the
aqui.
truth for as long as we could, but yes, Valara, Davrin, and I have secretly been spirits this whole time.
Not funny.
I don't know. Sounds like something a rage demon would say.
You're going to confuse Tosh.
What? I wasn't listening. There weren't any dragons in this one.
To be clear, this memory only shows that the first elves originated from spirits. You three are no more spirits than anyone else conceived naturally.
Conceived naturally? Guess I'll go ask my mother.
The knowledge that an entire people were formed from a mass manifestation could change our entire understanding of magic.
If we let it out, is that the right call? Do you want bigoted humans yelling about how elves are demons?
Davrin's got a point. World's not short on small-minded humans.
Começou esse papo, né? Vamos lá. Não quero causar o mal. Ninguém ia acreditar. Existem preocupações maiores. Ah, eu acho que sim. Existem preocupações maiores.
People will care right now. We've got evil gods trying to destroy the world.
Evil, elven, blighted gods. Don't forget.
We have to tell someone, though. Strife and Ireland, at least.
If I told Thea and Viago, they'd think I was sampling Viago's poison collection. No one would believe us.
Okay. We keep this to people we trust who have good reason to know. No shouting it from the rooftops.
Agreed. The Morn Watch has a great deal of experience keeping dangerous secrets.
So, beyond the world-shaking stuff, what else did we learn here? Solas himself was a spirit.
What kind do you think he was?
Well, his name is Elven for pride.
Oh, okay.
There's something else. Not about spirits, or not all about them at least. Solas didn't want to become a person with a physical body.
Right. He only agreed after Mythal begged him.
Then that's his regret. He wishes he'd never taken physical form.
Maybe, but not just that. Solas was scared. They built their bodies out of lyrium, and it made the ground shake.
O povo titã foi ferido. Idiotas. Isso deu início à guerra. Isso deu início à guerra.
You think the ground shaking was the Titans?
It makes sense, doesn't it? Something was hurting them, taking their blood.
So they struck back, like we'd swat a stinging bug.
The first memory we saw with Elganon seizing power, it happened at the end of a war.
A war between the Titans and the elves.
And we just saw how it started.
It feels like we still don't have the full picture. But I think that's part of what Solas regrets. He didn't see the danger.
Except he did. He was worried. You said it yourself.
He did it for Mythal. Everything that followed, he could have prevented if he just told her no.
Then he's got a war on his conscience. Plus, whatever we find next.
É, então o Solas também tem culpa no cartório, né? Ele não é tão isento assim como ele disse ser. Bora que tem mais uma que eu acho que é a última. Mais um arrependimento do lobo.
Have you created what we need?
With this, the proper ritual will sunder every Titan from its spirit. But you must know those severed dreams will certainly be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger. It is awful what we're doing.
And the only way to end this war.
Esse papo de única maneira aí.
Solas made the weapon that killed the Titans. No, not killed. He cut away their dreams and left them broken and mindless. He passed me in the halls of Skyhold for a year. He made polite conversation, and he knew. He knew what he did.
Vamos ver aqui, ó. Sinto pena do meu povo. Sinto muito, Harden. Como ele pôde fazer isso? É bem a cara dele. Por isso ele sente culpa. Será que é por isso mesmo? Vou colocar isso aqui. Por isso ele sente culpa.
No mystery why he wants to forget this.
As a mage, and apparently a scholar, Solas doubtless regrets destroying the minds of the Titans.
No, it's worse than that. That isn't what Solas regrets. Those severed dreams will be driven mad. A disembodied blight of pain and anger.
Mierda.
You can't. That's not possible.
When a warden hears the calling, it's like a song in their mind. Sound familiar to you, Lace?
The song of Lyrium. Of the Titans.
We think of the Blight as this monstrous force with no mercy, no compassion. Evil incarnate. Instead, it's a caged animal. Mistreated and imprisoned for centuries. Until all it knows is fear.
Solas é um hipócrita, eu acho que sim. E as criaturas sombrias? Dá pra corrigir a podridão? Acho melhor fazer uma pergunta do que uma afirmação óbvia aqui. Perguntar se dá pra corrigir a podridão.
If the Blight is the Titan's dreams, can we, I don't know, heal it? Bring it back from all that anger?
I'm afraid I have no idea. In theory, it would be possible to restore dreams to the Titans.
You can't set it free before it's healed. You'd have blighted Titans laying waste to the entire world.
The Titans are a problem for later. We have Elgar'nan and Ghilanane to deal with now.
And then I want Solas to look me in the eye and answer for what he did.
Each of these memories has been a deeper regret, and almost all of them involve Mythal.
Only one mural left to uncover by my count. If we find it, we'll see what's worse than this.
Eu não sei se eu tenho. Do último... Acho que eu tenho, sim. Vamos fechar aqui. Ver o último arrependimento. Vamos ver se vai ter um desfecho.
I knew that you would find me soon enough. You need the power of a god. The strength that I alone still carry.
The blighted Evanuris will soon break free from their prison. I must make a stronger one that can contain them.
While the prison is important, it is not the only goal you seek.
Why should I not tear down the veil and bring back immortality to all the Elven people? They deserve it.
The Elven people of today do not deserve to see the world they love be torn apart to salve your conscience.
I must fix what I have broken. I am sorry.
As am I, old friend.
Algumas atitudes do Solas parecem bem egoístas.
Mythal? After all that? Is this another memory from a different time?
No. He wore that same outfit in the Inquisition. We knew Solas woke up in this world without most of his power. Now we know how he got it back.
By killing the only other god around and stealing her power.
All that epic magic and godly power. In the end, it comes down to love and murder. Same as always.
Ele amava e culpava Mythal. Ele quer ter razão. Qual é a nossa vantagem? Qual é a nossa vantagem?
So we've got all the Dreadwolf's deep dark secrets. Anything we can use?
He's being honest about fighting the Blight. Whatever happens, he won't risk letting it back out into the world.
Agreed. But he has a plan to escape that prison, and not one we'll like.
He turned on Mythal, the one person he was actually loyal to. There's no way he won't turn on us.
He's a spirit, or was once. He might be able to possess someone, affect minds, all the things spirits do.
He created the Veil. His very nature is tied to it. That will be a source of strength, but also a potential weakness.
Mythal has him all messed up. Anything about her or Elgernon is gonna make him angry. Sloppy.
Solas thinks he knows what's best for everyone. Anything he does, he'll do while telling himself he's the hero.
Ele está errado, não é mal. Sei não. A gente conhece bem os Solas. Isso já é válido. Isso já é válido.
That gives us something to start from. Elgernon and Gillenane are the two big problems right now, but when Solas makes his move, we'll be ready.
You have witnessed the Protector's tale, Dweller. Almost to its end.
Almost? How can there be more?
When the mighty fall, their echoes cross the ages. An audience is warranted. Speak with your visitor. She awaits you in the crossroads.
Encontre a Morrigan na encruzilhada. Será que ela sabe mais alguma coisa? A mãe dela era a Mythal, né? Na realidade, a Mythal parece que... Vamos viajar. Lá no Dragon Age Inquisition, parece que a Mythal tinha entrado no corpo da mãe da Morrigan. Talvez ela saiba de alguma coisa.
Well met, Rook.
How did you get here?
I did tell you I had my ways through Illuvians when I introduced you to the Inquisitor, did I not?
The Illuvians in general, yes, but not the Dread Wolf's crossroads.
I would think you have more pressing questions at the moment. Questions about Solas and Mythal?
Mythal?
The two gods have always been linked, have they not? First, when Mythal bade her companion spirit to abandon the Fade and take on mortal form. Then, when Solas spilled Mythal's mortal blood, that he might absorb her power as his own.
Wait. How do you know exactly what we saw of Solas's past?
Think upon it, Rook. You saw for yourself in the Dread Wolf's memories. When Mythal stood against the gods' manipulations of the Blight, she was betrayed and struck down. Yet she survived and returned ages later to aid the Inquisition in its hour of need. How?
Alguma coisa com espíritos? Como vou saber? Magia élfica antiga? Alguma coisa com espíritos?
So, if Mythal was originally a spirit, maybe that's how she survived her body's death.
Very good. Mythal was a spirit turned elven. And when her body was struck down, to spirit, she returned. Her essence sheltered in a willing mortal vessel. Over the centuries, she journeyed from host to host, slowly amassing her former power anew. Until once again, she was struck down, on this occasion, by Solas. He absorbed her power, but not her memories.
Then where did they... Wait. You?
As you say.
Então precisa sua ajuda, isso vai ficar complicado. E você é ela. Ela é Mythal então agora? Que a mãe dela morreu, né? O Solas matou, pelo jeito. Aí a Mythal não morre, então ela passou para outro receptáculo. Será que é ela agora, né?
So you're the next host of Mythal?
Believe it or not, as you choose.
E é ela mesmo, então.
What? That was like how Elganon and Gillenane can talk in your head, but...
'Twas Mythal you heard, her echoes. Yet I am not the goddess returned.
What are you, then?
I once feared Mythal would consume me were I to carry her, but 'twas not so. I remain free-willed and mortal. What I now possess is but a spark of Mythal, shadowed memories through which to sift for meaning. As to our admixture, I suspect you have questions.
Como foi com Solas? Como foi com Solas?
You would have met Solas in the Inquisition, right?
I did indeed. 'Twas before I possessed Mythal's memories. At the time, I thought Solas a scowling elven apostate whose sole passion was finding arguments. He heard me, in all my ignorance, expound on the histories of the elven people, explaining legends he had witnessed himself.
Bet he loved that.
'Tis not a memory that brings me pride.
Vai ajudar com as divindades?
Do you have information we can use against Gillenane or Elganon? Or Solas?
The last time Mythal faced Elganon and Gillenane, she was struck down by the very dagger you now carry.
What about Solas?
You may recall he murdered Mythal's former host to claim her godly might as his own. I hoard no untapped magical secrets, Rook. What I do possess, I share freely with you and the Veil Jumpers.
All right.
Isso é que ela diz, né? Como isso tudo aconteceu?
So, there's the soul of an elven god inside you. How does that even happen?
Mythal's last host was my mother, Flemeth.
Oh.
When I learned she intended me to become the next receptacle of an ancient god's soul, I feared naught would be left of my own. It inevitably came to pass on a deep night. I was awakened by the presence of a blaze of magic in the shape of a woman who both was and was not my mother.
Parece assustador, né?
I don't think I'd recover from that.
Neither did I, at the start. Mythal's memories were both gift and burden, this blazing woman told me, but I must accept them of my own accord. The decision was paralyzing. What would it mean to become such a host? What would be lost if I refused? In the end, 'twas something in my mother's voice which guided me.
What was that?
Regret. Not the regret of a god, but of a mother who knew she would never see me again. And so, my mind remains my own. What I gained was knowledge, both Mythal's and of those who bore her.
Por que você não é uma elfa?
How can you carry Mythal's soul if you're not an elf?
Her spark has sheltered within both elves and humans who were sympathetic to her in thought and circumstance. Mythal's last host was a woman wronged, trapped by those sworn to love her. We may readily imagine their kinship.
Continua não sendo justo. Acho que faz sentido. Ela não ajudou o povo élfico. Ela não ajudou.
The fall of our civilization, the wars, everything elves went through. Where was Mythal for us then?
After the god's betrayal, she was a shadow of her former self, bereft of her power, slowly regaining her strength over the centuries. So she aided the elves as she could, speaking in dreams and offering counsel that ended blights and prevented wars.
At least now we know.
Vamos adiante.
You didn't come out here just to tell me you're Mythal.
I am not Mythal in her entirety, but yes, the Dreadwolf has occasion to visit you in dreams, where he portions out advice. And now, after finding his memories, you have peered into his deepest sorrows. Tell me then, what do you make of Solas?
O que você acha?
I should ask you. Mythal knew Solas better than anyone.
I would influence your answer. Or do you mean to discover if I would stand directly against the Dread Wolf were there a need?
Would you?
I shall aid you in any way but that, even had I the power. What has passed between Solas and Mythal? I beg you, do not ask this of me again.
Putz. Ó. Sinto pena dele. Ele está tentando ajudar. Está dividido, mas não sabe. Ele é um monstro vitimista. Eu acho que tá mais pra ele estar dividido, mas não sabe.
Solas talks a lot about what has to be done, being forced to make hard choices. But it's like he's trying to talk himself into it. I think, deep down, he doesn't entirely believe what he's saying.
'Tis exactly like the old wolf to tie himself into the most intricate knots. 'Tis not malice which made Solas your opponent, but conviction, a belief that only he may halt what he set in motion. Yet Solas was once beloved of Mythal. 'Tis his very loyalty and love for his people that led to the tragedy we now face. You may be in a position to determine how it ends, more so than either of you might realize.
Talvez possa acabar bem. Certo, nada muito preocupante. Eu vou estar com tudo pronto. Não, talvez possa acabar bem.
Maybe there's a way we all get what we want.
Do you truly believe such a thing?
Well, maybe at least what we deserve.
If you would shape the outcome of your battle, I've one last secret to share. When Mythal was struck down by the other gods, it was with her own lyrium dagger, the dagger you now carry. Solas recovered it from Elganon, and from it extracted a fragment of Mythal that had lain hidden within its depths. This fragment, a younger sister to the one I carry, if you will, resides here, in the crossroads. I can open the way for you. Find her, survive the encounter, and the essence you obtain will aid you in times to come.
Mais ajuda? Bom, tem duas Mythals.
Another fragment of Mythal, in addition to the one inside you.
You are aware of what the word fragment means, are you not? One small piece of many, formed when something greater is broken. The first elves were spirits, as you well know, and when a spirit is broken, it may shatter into pieces, each holding part of the original. Among the ancient elves who became known as gods, Dirthaman and his brother, Falondine, are but one example.
Ela não é amigável? Sobreviva ao encontro. Não vejo problema. Sobreviva ao encontro, né?
All of that sounded great until survive the encounter.
You know Solas, and have seen Elganon, and memories of Mythal. They are creatures of emotion, as all spirits are. The fragment of Mythal that resides in me lived among mortals for thousands of years. She has grown wiser and more patient. This younger sister has not. She is the essence of Mythal as a god. She is unlikely to listen to polite requests, and though she is but a fragment of the goddess, the battle will test you sorely.
If she's just going to attack us, why tell us about her at all? We have enough enemies already.
A fragment of a god's essence is a powerful thing. It may give you options against Elganon and Gillenane, or against the Dread Wolf himself, should he prove as cunning and treacherous as ever.
tem alguma sugestão.
If I were to try to talk with her, do you have any suggestions?
She will demand respect, but detest flattery. She appreciates righteous anger, but will not tolerate pity. She is, for want of better phrasing, prickly. But if you are determined to try, then I wish you luck.
Você pode conversar com ela?
You would know this aspect of Mythal better than anyone. Could you try talking to her?
I dare say she would attack me on sight.
Spirits can't get along with fragments of each other.
Spirits, certainly. But the aspects of a self-righteous god who have walked different paths for ages? One bears the insult of her betrayal by the Evanuris, and then by Solas, as fresh wounds, insult upon injury. The other once fell in love with an Alamari chieftain and lived happily in a swamp for centuries. Each reminds the other that another path existed, that they could have been wrong, and nothing angers Mythal like being wrong.
Tá. Quanto aos tipos de espíritos.
What kind of spirit was Mythal before she became an elf? I know Solas is elven for pride.
Mythal enjoyed ruling and having power, but it came not from the overweening desire to crush resistance, as is the case with Elganon. The emotion that inspired her might best be described as benevolence, a guiding hand, inclined to kindness. But like any spirit, when angered or twisted against her purpose, a more violent aspect arose. Where the Dreadwolf's wisdom gave way to pride when the world did not meet his standards, Mythal's benevolence gave way to retribution. After all, when kindness fails, the guilty must be punished.
Tá bom, vou ver o que eu posso fazer, né?
Thank you for the information, Morrigan.
There is one more thing, if I may. Something whispered not by myself, but Mythal. The elves have learned many of the glories and horrors of ancient Elvenon. Yet your people live in this world now as the old elves never could. Know it as they could not. There is your strength. 'Tis why you shall surpass what came before one day.
Did Mythal see this? Is it a prediction?
A hope from a mother to her distant children, no less beloved than any before them.
Tá. Vamos ver se a gente consegue pegar esse fragmento, né? Já que vai ser de ajuda lá contra o Elganon e a Gilenen. Só que parece que vai ser uma batalha treta.
Fragment, sharper than the whole, prevail, or be sundered completely.
Aí, até o barqueiro já tá dando um aviso pra gente.
We're getting close to where Morrigan said that other fragment of Mythal was.
Não sei se a gente tem nível ainda pra enfrentar essa batalha não, mas vamos tentar, né? Ou talvez dê pra conversar com ela também, não sei.
That has to be her.
Mythal herself. There's so much we could learn if... Do you think she might talk to us instead of attacking?
Guess we'll find out.
You are Rook. I have seen you and your companions. I never again expected to see my children in the Dreadwolf's crossroads. And you know who I am.
Mythal.
The part of me that survived betrayal by the rest of the Evanuris, if this can be called surviving. Solas. He drew me from the dagger that struck me down, but what is left of me can only survive here. I cannot return to the world, and even the true Fade is denied me. All I can do is watch. Have you come to seek the blessing of your god? Or did you come to ask your god to sacrifice herself to help you defeat the monsters Elganon and Gillenane have become?
Morra, falsa divindade. Você não vai ajudar a gente. Eu quero a sua ajuda.
I came here to ask for your help. The gods have endangered the world and...
You dare explain to me what they are doing? You are 1,000 years from knowing the proper words.
We saw Solas's memories, his regrets.
You saw the recollection he cultivated like a tree, twisting to catch the sun. You wish for my help? Convince me. Make your case, and I will yield my essence willingly to help you against Elganon and Gillenane. Fail, and I shall kill you for wasting my time, or you will kill me and obtain my essence in doing so. A harder-edged, simpler version. It has been centuries since a petitioner stood before me, so why should I help you?
Escolha bem as palavras agora, hein? O Solas está me ajudando. Esqueça a luta contra você. Temos que impedir a podridão. Temos que deter as divindades. Nós merecemos. Nós merecemos.
I am worthy of your help.
That is for me to judge.
I am fighting to protect this world.
Any petty tyrant can fight those who come to their land and claim to be protecting their people. What is a protector to you?
Matar monstros. Estou tentando ser como você. Construir um lugar seguro. Matar monstros. Matar monstros.
A protector is someone who kills monsters so that the innocent are safe.
That is a child's fantasy of what a true protector should be.
It's not fantasy when those monsters are literally marching toward innocent people as we speak.
Not bad, but not enough. Let us speak of something else.
Temos que deter as divindades.
You can't want Elganon and Gillenane to rule the world. Not after what they did to you.
I ruled alongside them for centuries. I bear them no love now, and they were ever flawed, as all rulers are. Yet they were better than the others who threatened your ancestors. Monsters like the Titans, or selfish fools like Anaris. Set the blight aside, and tell me why I should help you topple your own gods.
Não precisamos de divindades. Porra, aí é foda, hein? Você foi injustiçada. Deixar a podridão de lado. Deixar a podridão de lado. Vamos tentar essa aqui.
How am I supposed to just set the blight aside?
By making an argument not related to it, as I asked you to.
The blight is a core part of who they are. And I don't think you're in favor of it.
If you wish to prove your worth, you must do better than that.
Ixi, acho que deu ruim essa. Acho que deu ruim essa, hein? Temos que impedir a podridão.
If I don't stop the gods, the whole world will be corrupted by the blight.
That is why you must succeed, so tell me why I must help you.
We know the truth about the blight. We know it came from the imprisoned dreams of the Titans after you and Solas defeated them.
And?
Você foi contra, pessoas vão morrer. A podridão é culpa sua.
And the blight only happened because of what you did. You need to fix your mistake.
My mistake? I saved lives and ended a war, you petulant child. Your words are weak. Prove your worth or die.
Ai, caramba. Vai ser na base da porrada, então.
Everyone get ready.
Here we go.
Foi culpa dela mesmo. Ai, caramba. Beleza. Vamos aqui, ó. Vou usar o ataque mais poderoso das duas aqui já. Voltar, né? Voou, desgramado. Ai, acertou. Chamou ajuda, né? Caiu. Foi muito dano, hein? Caiu de novo? Não, não. Vou voar. Pô, eu queria ter convencido ela na conversa, velho. Bem que a luta também é maneira, né? Lutar contra um dragão sempre bom, né? Mas fui muito petulante com ela. Achei que ia funcionar. Acho que eu entendi errado lá o conselho da Morrigan. Achei que ela ia gostar de mim se eu fosse revoltado, tá ligado? Mas quando eu falei que a culpa era dela, aí acabou a conversa. Agora perdeu, né? Já era.
Never better. Now let's see what they've got.
We have it. The essence of Mythal the Protector.
This is to save everyone. She'll understand. Eventually.
It burns just being near it. This is the power we need to finish this.
Great. So what do we do with it?
I think the moment is coming. When we can turn the tide, we'll know.
Beleza, ó. Missão concluída. Arrependimentos do Lobo Temido. A equipe derrotou o fragmento orgulhoso e furioso da Mythal em uma batalha. Agora o grupo tem uma lembrança mágica. O núcleo da essência dela, que pode ser útil em uma batalha futura. Ótimo. Eu acho que isso vai fazer diferença pra gente. Agora vamos fazer uma missãozinha aqui de história, né? Vínculos sinistros. Após descobrir que o culto venatório tem sequestrado o povo élfico dalistiano, a equipe precisa se organizar com a expedição do véu para encontrar essas pessoas. Beleza. Vamos ver que local que a gente tem que ir. Tem que ir pro farol? Então vamos embora. Reunir a equipe, né? Encontre-se com a expedição do véu.
Venatori are gathering deep in the forest. They've brought the Dalish with them.
Not long till the sacrifices start then.
We did kill Gillinean's archdemon. The gods will want more power, and fast.
Vamos ver aqui, ó. Obtido de seres élficos. Viu. A gente não vai deixar. E eu querendo descansar por nada dessa. Então a gente ataca rápido. Vou usar essa daqui.
Regaining strength by draining other elves. We're supposed to be their people.
Maybe that's why it's elves?
That makes it worse.
Right. But that's who the gods are. Who they've always been.
You know the gods best, Rook. The Veil Jumpers are ready. Just give the word.
I'll go get Nev. She deals with Venatori the most.
Good point. We know where the Dalish are, and we know what we have to do. Let's do it.
Then we ride, and pray that fate is on our side.
Tranquilo, vamos partir pra floresta então, né? Floresta de Arlatan. É isso. Vamos viajar pra lá. O time é esse, né? Belara e a Neve. Floresta Arlatan. Cratera de Arlatan. Sempre os Venatori.
Well, they're waiting for something. There's talk of a sacrifice.
Do they mean the clan? They mean the clan, don't they?
Well, the tracks suggest the captives are on the other side of the clearing. You'll have to go through the crowd.
Atravessar a multidão? Odeio cultistas. Vai ser uma luta. Vai ser uma luta, né?
That's a lot of them. It'll be a fight for the ages.
No fighting. You'll get us all killed. You're going to blend in instead. I found you some disguises.
O cara cortou meu barato.
Oh, that doesn't smell good. Oh, it's sticky. Why is it sticky?
Blood. Hopefully. Make sure you split up. You don't want to draw attention.
Nev, I need you with me. You know the Venatori best. And you're probably the only one who can convince them you belong there.
Sad but true.
And we'll be your entourage.
We'll try to keep the escape routes clear. Get the Dalish and get out of there. And please, try not to stand out.
Missãozinha furtiva, pô. Até agora não teve nenhuma desse tipo aqui não.
What about everyone else?
They'll be close, but it's safer to move in small groups.
Dá uma olhada aqui, ó. Deixa vocês admirarem a vista aí um pouquinho. Vamos lá.
I thought I saw someone in the trees. Strife and the Veil Jumpers.
The others, maybe. You don't see Strife unless he wants you to.
Templo do Sol.
This robe feels weird, and I can't move my arms properly.
We'll wear them as long as we don't have to fight.
They're going to bleed the Dalish deer.
That's a Hala. Why are they killing it? Poor thing.
We can't do anything that'll draw attention to ourselves.
Then heed us.
Ele vai matar o bichinho, mano.
We don't have to watch this. It won't be pretty.
Can we go? Please.
Queria ver as meninas não deixaram. Passe pela reunião do culto. Opa, que isso?
This whole place makes my skin
Deu uma encoxada no cara ali.
It feels just wrong.
Is this elf your servant, my lady?
Dumat's teeth. Must I defend my entourage to every low-paid toady out here?
I'm sorry, my lady. I was given instruction to...
Tell someone who gives a damn. Why am I still waiting? Where are the gods? When does the ritual start?
Gods? But only the Lord Elgarnon is here, and he is still preparing.
Useless. Out of my way. It's Elgarnon, not Gillenane like we expected.
Você saiu bem.
That was impressive.
They expect strength and power from someone like me.
A mage.
Specifically, a human mage.
Show them what they expect, and you don't get questions. But as I was saying, Gillenane's not here. It's just Elgarnon.
Vamos evitar o Elganan. Menos tentáculos é melhor. Ela nos deve uma luta. Vamos evitar ele, né?
Elgarnon might be here, but he doesn't know we are.
But he will, you know, once we rescue his sacrifices.
We'll worry about that when we have to.
Then let's keep moving for now.
Does anyone else hear that?
Darlen, Garas Lhasa, Darlen. Dear child, you were born into obscurity. Sorrow etched on your bones. I see you.
Será que tá só na minha cabeça isso?
Feel little crow.
Olha,
I can make you master of life and death.
He's making promises, tempting me.
No, not like that. Never like that.
For hundreds of years you have mourned the loss of your dragon gods. From beyond the veil, I heard your lament and have come to deliver you from desolation. Dragon of night, I break your chains. Hear my voice and rise. I am Elganon, once called Lusicon, and I have returned.
The Archdemon is already fueling him.
Child of my children, I will shower you with the glory of the ancients. All you must do is obey me, worship me, love me.
Tô ficando doidão ali, cara.
I know
Geral,
this
né?
magic. It's old and dangerous. Mythal in us. It's too strong, I can't break it.
We've got this.
And trying to conceal us. He'll know someone broke his hold.
Balara bought us some time, but we have to go. Now.
Ali ficou mal contada a história, né?
There are uninvited guests among you. Bring them to me.
He's sending the cult after us.
But Elgranon is right there. Shouldn't we try?
No, we can't touch him now that his Archdemon's in play. I won't risk Dalish lives.
Destroy them! For Elgarnon!
Até que enfim um pouquinho de luta. Vamos lá. Pior que as luzes não comba nada.
You got it.
Something's ready.
Shit! We've been spotted.
The faithful cannot damage!
Ranged incoming.
I'm ready. I've got the setup, you do the rest.
Live and fight, fool!
Done.
Your life for theirs!
Predatory! Right now!
Got through that.
Como é que eu subo ali? Aqui.
Well, look at that.
Acabou?
They feel our wrath.
I'm ready.
Got you covered. Now it's your turn.
Ready here.
Vamos ver se tem alguma coisa aqui. Tava dizendo, ficou mal contada aquela história lá que a gente chegamos em 3 ali, aí do nada brotou a equipe inteira lá embaixo. Como é que eles entraram, cara? Pra nós 3 entrar, a Neve já teve que jogar a maior conversa lá no cara pra ele liberar nossa entrada. Como é que aquela galera lá chegou do nada?
The Archdemon.
Yeah, so maybe we avoid its attention.
You bet. Let's go.
And Rook takes that.
Oh, Nev, nice work. Oh, as always.
I want the interlopers at my feet.
Pô, sai da minha cabeça, cara.
Continued failure is a disappointment to your god.
Keep riling them up. They won't back down now.
What happens when they don't give him what he wants?
You cannot win. Our Lord Elginar demands blood. Let's go again.
Tem um baú aqui, cara. Ah, mas tem que abrir aqui essa... Nossa, tomei, velho.
And now Darkspawn.
Of course. Why wouldn't the best story with any new friends on the wall?
Hitting us for range.
You fail our god.
That's got it.
Caraca, tomou um dano absurdo aqui agora.
Hey, behind you.
Good work, everyone.
About to have a problem.
Range. Righto. Oh, nicely done, Rook.
Pô, o cara caiu antes de eu liquidar ele.
We're getting good at this.
Opa.
Is that Archdemon coming or what?
It doesn't seem to be yet.
Gillen ain't lost her dragon. Might make Elginar more cautious.
Tá escondidinho aqui, mano.
Company, get ready.
Quase me acertou, hein? Tomei. Combinatórios. Caraca, o cara me deu. Pô, o cara me esculachou ali, velho.
Not too bad.
Good work, everyone.
Nossa, quase que eu fui cagado. Mas qual? Tem aqui também, pô. Camuflado. Agora foi, né? Algo aqui? Nada.
Those are Dalish arrows. Looks like Strife and the others have our backs.
That'll take some of the pressure off. We have to use this chance to get to the prisoners.
Tá, cadê os prisioneiros? Que tão longe, né? Porque tá mandando faz um tempão já.
Intruder, have defiled my temple and spurned the gifts I offer. You could have had a place of honor as my disciple.
Aprendiz, caramba, pô, sai fora.
This way. We have to be quick before the Venatori catch up.
Ih, tem um doidão ali. Pô, os caras tão com... Tem que destruir o cristal aqui.
Good to go. Finish them up.
That way. Through the gate.
Oh, we did it!
Tá, vamos lá.
Damn it! Shut tight, and the locking mechanism is on the other side.
So you're saying we're stuck?
There has to be another way out.
Putz.
What do you need us to do?
We're stuck. Gate's shut and we can't open it from here.
We'll handle it. Watch yourself.
Venatori, I have our quarry.
How's it looking?
Fine. Go kill some Venatori.
That is not rocket!
Tem um combo aqui que eu faço, né, com elas, né?
Tell me we're close to getting this thing open.
Closer than we were.
There's an entire Venatori army coming for us.
Get you out, don't worry.
Got us a range. Watch it. Where to run? Your death is our gift to Elgernot.
Still no luck.
Ficou muito dano, hein?
Really, are you sure you can open this?
Who made this game? Why is it like this?
What's that thing?
Sabia que isso ia acontecer. Esse negócio não ia estar ali à toa.
Got us at a distance.
Hitting us from range.
I'm ready.
Então vamos acabar com ele, então. Acho que mais um golpe desse aqui ele morre. Muito dano.
Got us from a distance.
Knew you could do it, Rook.
Come on.
Oh, that's good.
Conseguiu.
We'll keep as many off you as we can. Go get the Dalish.
Your fight is futile. My Venatori are legion. Surrender, and I may yet show mercy.
Wait. This feels off.
Oh, this isn't good. We weren't here a minute ago.
Pô, que lugar é esse, mano? Parece que a gente foi teletransportado pra um lugar totalmente diferente. Descubra um jeito de sair da armadilha do Elganam. Pra direita?
Come on! We need to find a path through. We still need to think of the Dalish.
Ah, so that is what you're after. The Elven has been chosen to serve a glorious purpose.
Vou pra luz aqui, pra onde tem a luz.
Okay, this is very not good.
Voltei pro mesmo lugar, mano.
He's found us.
And he's got us trapped. The longer we stay here, the more danger we're in.
Aqui, podridão. Tá seguindo.
Shit. There's blight here. It wasn't blight before.
You cannot stand against me. Every action of yours is futile. My power grows even now.
Come on.
You are nothing but an insect. Resist if you like. I have an eternity to...
Fala pra caramba o cara, hein? Gosta de ouvir a voz, a própria voz, pô.
The Dalish need help, and we're losing precious time going around in circles.
Do we know the Dalish is still alright? What if Elganon sends the Venatori to...
One thing at a time. Let's focus on getting out.
O lugar parece ser diferente agora.
Rook, can you hear me? Solas?
Something's wrong.
I thought I just heard Solas.
You are correct. Elganon's magic has thinned the veil, allowing me to speak to you directly.
Ajuda a gente. Mas alguém ouviu isso? Agora não. Ajuda a gente.
Solas, we need your help.
Then I am pleased that for once, I can offer some assistance. If you can rescue the elves, Elganon is mine to face.
What do you mean?
Elganon! Lethalin! Ma banal avanuris! Masalin Algalana!
I see what you mean. Let's keep moving. Solas is going to distract Elganon.
You have no power.
Aí.
Sounds like they're arguing. That's good.
As long as it keeps him off us.
So, the dread wolf has arrived to defend his pawn.
Pegar o cristal aqui dentro.
Your cruelty forced my hand.
100 generations and still the same refrain.
Again, you have caged our people, and again I will set them free.
But you are always stubborn, Fen-Harel. Insubordinate, unmanageable, even by Mythal's reckoning.
You have lost the right to speak her name.
Mavalas Ban, Shevgar Fen-Harel.
The only reason Mythal joined you was that she knew the monster you would become if left unchecked. She thought to temper your brutish ego. Instead, you betrayed her, murdered her.
Only the first time, Dread Wolf.
Hey, you okay?
I can hear them in my head.
We've got company.
We can do this. We have to do this.
Your struggle is pointless, and your faith in the Dread Wolf is misplaced. Give up. Save yourself. Save your
Ai,
friend.
caraca, caí, dei mole, velho.
I can see the way through.
Não vi que era uma
Solas's
pontezinha.
distraction is working.
Essas mortes aqui por queda, você quase não é punido.
I think we're through. You should be near where you need to be. With luck, you can still save the elves.
Caraca, mano, tá difícil chegar nesse povo da Lixiana aí.
Another of those crystals! Break it and the cage should open!
Stop them! Must not...
The cruelty is nothing new. What has happened to the vaunted brilliant mind of Elganon the Mighty?
What?
Light has left you blunt and slow. A monster, not a mastermind. You used to be a challenging opponent.
You saw me as an opponent. To me, you were an irritation, a fly buzzing ceaselessly.
I must speak to you in this tongue. It seems Elven is beyond your grasp.
As much as freedom is beyond yours.
Pô, o cara é imune a tudo, tem que destruir o cristal, né?
Sorry, they're very loud.
Onde é que tá o primeiro cristal?
Get clear!
Tá lá.
On your right!
Nossa, passou piada. Agora acabou a gracinha, né? Tava morto já até. Gastei a toa.
Oh, that's done. Catch them. Kill them.
Reveal them!
Once the Blight is free, it will rule this world, and you will be its attack dog. You will burn this world at its command, as Andrul did at yours, and you will leave only ruin behind you.
This world is ruined already. Your veil destroyed it.
You could heal it. You have the strength to repair the damage without using the Blight.
Save your gaze for the mortal's dread wolf. The Blight is my blade, and it will take more than your tricks to get me to lay it down. Your whining comes from envy, Fen'Harel, but it does not have to be so. There is a place for you at my side in a new, glorious empire.
But it will not have Alluvians, will it? Juné built them. Now he is dead. Our great cities came from Sileis. Our deepest mysteries from Dirthaman.
Time to get out of here.
I can guide you to one of my old hideouts. You can use it to make your escape. The wards still in place there will shield you all from Elganon's sight.
Solas, thank you.
Até que enfim achamos os caras.
Let's go! Run! Run!
It's tough being a Venatori. It was their duty to secure the sacrifices. It was their duty to ensure the ritual went perfectly. But despite all their efforts, Elganon was disappointed. The cult would do anything to please their gods. The cult would give anything to atone. Anything.
Caraca, eles se entregaram.
It is tough being a Venatori.
Eles se entregaram como sacrifício, então. Pô, que viagem.
We'd lost all hope, and then...
And then you swooped in out of nowhere to save us.
He would have killed us to feed his dragon.
Indeed. Masaranas, Lethalin.
O mérito não é só meu, agradeço aos Solas. O mérito não é só meu.
It was a team effort.
It often is. Some fights can't be won alone. Celebrate the victories as they come. They're rare enough.
And tomorrow, we'll have to deal with another archdemon.
And it will have regained its strength. Elgarnon sacrificed his own Venatori to it. A punishment for their failures. The Venatori who escaped scurried back to Deventer. The Veil Jumpers will fight our own battles against the gods. Any help you can offer would be appreciated.
Boa. Missão concluída. Sangue de Arlatã. A equipe foi correndo até a floresta Arlatã para salvar o povo élfico da Listiano do sacrifício realizado pelo culto Venatori. Lá, o grupo viu Elgarnan acordar o Luzakan, é o dragão, né? O dragão servo que no passado era venerado como a divindade antiga da noite. O sangue da Listianos seria derramado para restaurar a força completa do dragão, mas com a ajuda do Solas, o plano do Elgarnan foi frustrado. Sem os seres aprisionados, o Elgarnan foi forçado a sacrificar indivíduos do próprio culto para o dragão.
I should check in with Solas.
Vamos falar com Solas? As palavras do lobo. Então vamos lá falar com ele. Nessa missão ele deu uma moralzona pra gente, né, cara? Mas é bom sempre ter um pé atrás com ele. Os dois pés atrás com ele, né, na realidade. Ele é malandro. Se ele matou até a Mythal, né? Se bem que ele sabia que ela não ia morrer de fato, né? Ela ia ser fragmentada, mas mesmo assim.
The Dalish prisoners escaped safely?
We got them away free and clear.
Good. I do not know how you have found your dealings with the Dalish. Whatever my frustrations with them, it was a privilege to be able to help our people again. Thank you for allowing me to help. Chance to infuriate Elgarnan was a reminder of simpler times.
Você odeia o mesmo Elgarnan? Algo contra gente da Listiana?
You said you found the Dalish frustrating. Why is that?
It is unfair to them. I lived for thousands of years, and after I imprisoned the Evanuris, I slept for thousands more. I awoke in a world that had forgotten the ancient times almost entirely. And those who tried to remember Elven history, like the Dalish, had gotten so much wrong.
Após que você discutiu, fizeram você parecer mal, como a veneração do Elgarnan. Fizeram você parecer mal.
Like the terrible trickster Fen'Harel who sealed away the gods.
There was truth to their stories. My rebellion had indeed disrupted the lives of those who had been comfortable. And when I created the Veil, I destroyed an empire. Their judgments were fair, if clouded. I tried to explain the truth to one clan. When I convinced them that I was truly Fen'Harel, they attacked me. After that, I hid my explanations behind the facade of having witnessed events in the Fade.
And the Fade is the realm of dreams. I'll have to present that as evidence.
Yes. The Dalish had no reason to believe me. I could only watch as they continued to worship Elgarnan, though we may have seen the last of that tradition, at least.
Você odeia mesmo
You
o
and
Elgarnan.
Elgarnan were really tearing into one another back there.
I needed to goad him to anger in order to distract him. But yes, while all of the Evanuris were monsters in their own ways, Elgarnan was the worst. Or perhaps it is more honest to say that his were the faults I found most objectionable. You have met him now, heard his voice hammering at the doors of your mind, and you have met me. Can you see how he and I might frustrate one another?
Pareciam irmãos brigando. Ele é brutal. Vocês dois são orgulhosos. Vocês dois são orgulhosos.
The two of you are too much alike. Both of you want to be in charge.
I have no desire to be in charge.
No, you just want to be able to correct anyone who's not doing everything the way you would have done it.
I see you have been observing me as well during these conversations.
All right. I can see how you and Elgarnan would hate each other.
He has always been what I most feared becoming. Callous and uncaring, his arrogance unchecked. To have that much power and no one to remind him that he could be wrong.
Well, he had you.
And I suppose I had you.
Eu agradeço a ajuda. Você queria que eu irritasse? Se você diz, né?
I'll have to take your word for that.
When we first met, I saw you only as a foolishly confident child who disrupted my plans. You were an irritant. I gave you information to oppose Elgarnan out of necessity, but I expected you to be nothing more than a tool. Seeing you with your team, I was wrong.
Você agora tem o respeito do lobo temido. Tá bom. Deve ser difícil falar isso. Essa foi uma surpresa, sim. Deve ser difícil falar isso.
I appreciate you saying that. Couldn't have been easy.
The only thing worse than being wrong is realizing it, but being afraid to change. Elgarnan's pride is no greater than mine, but he denies any failure on his part, and I at least try to acknowledge my mistakes. Your team trusts you, and you listen to them. It is impressive and enviable. It took me centuries to build such a bond during my rebellion, and when I served the Inquisition, I tried to avoid entanglements.
E a Inquisidora?
What about the Inquisitor? Does she not count as a friend?
She was useful. But there were others I grew fond of despite myself when I was with the Inquisition. Cole, a spirit of compassion, I helped adapt to our new world. He was the only one who knew who I really was. I miss him a great deal. Josephine, the Inquisition's ambassador, was a bastion of kindness and decency in a world that looked down on elves and apostates. Even Cassandra Pendergast of the Order of the Seekers. She was what a believer should be. Faithful, practical, committed to serving, not ruling. I suppose I did bond with the Inquisition after all, as you have with your team.
Thank you for sharing that. So what comes next? What are the gods going to do?
Elgarnan and Gillenane are preparing the dagger they will use for their ritual to pierce the veil. Elgarnan's power is tied to light and darkness. He will need to perform a ritual during the next eclipse.
That gives us some time to prepare.
It is likely to be your last chance to do so. You must be ready for whatever comes, for this world and for the team that trusts you. I know that you will do everything in your power not to fail them.
Tá aí o Solas.
So
Bom,
now
pelo menos-
Elgarnan's recovered his own archdemon, and the gods only need an eclipse to complete their dagger.
We saved the Dalish, though. That's important.
But now Elgarnan's immortal, so long as his archdemon lives.
And we all know how hard those things are to kill.
We killed Razikale, didn't we?
After losing hundreds of wardens. And it took a centuries-old trap to do it. We don't have either of those. Not anymore.
Just when you think the tide's in your favor, it turns right back.
Não podemos deixar Tedas cair. É por isso que vamos vencer. O trabalho é o mesmo. Não podemos deixar Tedas cair.
Okay. We always knew this was going to be hard, right? And yeah, maybe it's a little harder now. More than a little. But either we stop this, or all of Thedas falls. So we see it through. All the way. Because no one else is going to.
Nice speech, Rook. But it's hard to complete a contract if you don't know where the target is.
We found the gods before.
Not without help, we didn't.
So we get help again. We've got allies everywhere now.
E o culto venatório, alguém tem alguma ideia? E a expedição do véu? E o culto venatório? O culto venatório tá fechadão com eles, né?
What about the Venatori that were at the crater? They might know where the gods are hiding.
No one will risk being an informant. Not while the Venatori hold power in Minrathous. It's a dead end.
The crows may have something. The Antam are moving large quantities of supplies out of the city. Weapons, armor, gatlock. And food. About half are remaining provisions. Enough to feed the Antam navy.
Given the timing, it seems unlikely to be a coincidence.
Wherever those supplies are headed, that's likely where we'll find the gods. Any more details from the crows, Laconis?
They said the Antam have long work ahead. We have time. Also, Biago would like a meeting. At your earliest convenience. From him, that means important, but not yet urgent.
Então temos opções. Quanto tempo? Vamos priorizar as divindades. Quanto tempo? Não, vamos priorizar as divindades.
Finding the gods is our first priority. Following those supplies is our best chance.
Not to complicate things, but the Inquisitor also wants to meet Rook.
Right. With everything she's been doing in the south, we owe her an update.
I'll let her know.
A luta foi boa hoje, nós sobrevivemos de novo. Fiquem com tudo pronto, nós sobrevivemos de novo.
Despite the odds, we've survived. We made a habit of it. Take some time. Rest. Be ready to go. Next time the gods appear, let's make sure it's the last.
Será que vai ser a última mesmo? Vamos ver aqui mais uma missão de história. Missão pelo amor de Treviso. Vamos ver. Vamos dar uma upada aqui na habilidade da galera da equipe. Geral ganhou mais 2 pontos de habilidade. Coroa também. Eu também ganhei. Vamos ver aqui qual é da missão. Tem duas, né? Legados e lendas pelo amor de Treviso. Um pedido para voltar ao cisne atolado revela mais descobertas sobre a relação dos Solas com a Inquisição pelo amor de Treviso. Uma mensagem dos corvos leva a equipe a descobrir um segredo que vem envenenando Treviso. Vamos fazer essa. Opa. Vamos viajar direto aqui. Partir para Treviso. Vou levar o Lucanis, né? Que é lá da região dos Corvos. E vou levar o Davrin junto. Fale com a Teia e Viago.
Rook stopped the Antam. Took down their comic maker. He did your job for you. He's a hero.
Just a meddling busybody. One who stirred up the butcher's Antam.
I can't believe you're defending them.
I am not defending anyone, Jacobus.
You're letting them be a part of this? My cousin died because the governor didn't stop the Antam from...
Jacobus.
No. I'm not going to stand around and listen to this. I'll see you later.
Well, now that unpleasantness is dealt with, about your mysterious informant.
Whoever they are, they know the Antam and Treviso.
Your message made it sound like this informant also knows where the gods are staging their ritual.
Treviso does not need this troublemaker. This should be left to proper officials.
It very much concerns Rook. We have a contact who offers access to the butcher and privileged information on the gods.
A chance to find your gods and to free the city. A prize for both our causes.
Muita coisa. Dá pra confiar no contato?
The contact. They aren't one of us. Can we trust them?
It isn't a crow, but they know the city and the Antam.
How do you know it's for real?
They gave us patrol patterns. Dreadnought arrivals. Their information is real.
And you didn't share this with me?
The bookkeepers can bookkeep when the meeting is done.
When and where do we meet?
They'll be in the market.
And they asked for me. Not you or Viago.
You helped this city, and you're helping all of Thedas. You've earned respect.
We just don't know from whom.
Não sabem quem é o contato? Já falou que não, né? Pistas de quem traiu a gente. Se for uma armadilha.
Hypothetically, what if I'm walking into an ambush?
I would prepare for one.
Not everything is an adder in the wardrobe.
I said to prepare. I didn't say not to go.
Pistas de
What
quem
about
traiu
the
a gente?
human help the Antam was getting? You have any leads on that?
We continue what you started. The other Talons are turning over every stone.
You trust them? Not even your first Talon is safe from your infighting.
We are all Antivan crows.
And yet those of us sworn to Treviso are beneath you.
Não sabem quem é o contato.
There's really no clue who it is.
They're foolish enough to think crows are reliable. That's a clue about their worth.
They promise help.
So do you when you're not killing each other. Treviso deserves better.
It's getting the best.
That has yet to be proven.
Esse cara é chato, hein? Vou falar com esse contato.
I'll talk with this mystery contact.
And the rest of us will hope not to get caught in your crossfire again.
We fight for everyone. And the chance to strike at the gods and the Antam? It's worth the risk. Good luck, Rook. See what this mysterious informant can give us. The meeting is in the market, Rook.
They implied you can't miss them.
Está pra viajar direto pra lá? Ah, tá muito perto, né? Vamos andando.
Try not to damage anything.
Unknown contact. This is a trap.
Bold to try to trap a crow fighting the gods. I'm at least curious. If our informant actually knows where Elganon and Gillenane are performing their next ritual, it's worth the risk.
Pô, parecia estar mais perto, não? Vou ter que dar mais um rolê.
I'm surprised people are doing normal business during an occupation. Feels crowded like a city always does.
Okay. Iago and Taya said our informant is somewhere in the market. Let's find them. I just hope their supposed information about the god's location is actually true.
Tá, vamos começar a missão.
Rook, I presume.
The Butcher.
There's no need for that. Treviso is the trap, not this meeting. Please. So tense. I promise I'll signal when it's time to fight.
Pô, ele é do Zanta.
Strange way to ambush someone.
I don't have to ambush anyone. You think I couldn't just march on the crows? Scattered on Tom flock to me. I have the soldiers to raise your casino and every inch of this city.
But I'll bet there's no profit in actually winning.
There's money being made by the occupation, but not by me. I said Treviso was the trap, and I meant it. The jewel of Antiva. She sings even while caged. Such purity in every stone. It's trapped my heart. I love this city.
Cara estranho pra caramba, hein? Então por que fazer mal a ela? Ótimo. Então vai embora. Eu não acredito em você. Ótimo, então vai embora.
Everyone loves Treviso. Doesn't mean you get to conquer it.
That explains why the streets crawl with undeserving cattle. You know there are traitors here. They ransom their own city. Literal gods stalk the land, but these filth worship their own purses. But you're different. You crows stay true to your roles. It means something when you die, and even more when you kill. You're as much a work of art as this city. And you want a secret from me.
Você planejou este encontro. Ajude a proteger Treviso. Você se aliou às divindades? Já vamos perguntar na lata.
You're not an end of the world type. Are you with the gods or not?
The gods, they give strength. But all they ask in return is everything. I can feel their corruption. I can hear their whispers. They're calling for a ritual. If I give in, I'll know where you need to go. But I will lose my jewel. My city! So... you live in a casino. Let us make a game of this. I will become what the gods want. Welcome their whispers. Meet me and show me if the crows deserve my city.
O cara pirou, filho.
The Butcher was our
Tá bom, os dois não combam não, né?
contact, and he's getting himself all to the plate. Finish them off. We need to go after the Butcher. So the Butcher Butcher wants me to prove I'm crow enough to be worthy of Treviso. That's what's happening?
By turning himself into a monster.
Everyone's acting like normal. Like the Butcher hasn't gone nuts.
Who's going to believe that? I don't.
Save it to keep your head down, I guess.
I wait among the drowned.
Atrás dele, então.
I see what you need. Prove you deserve it.
Hear the shift in his voice? He's changing.
I see. My Treviso. Will not abandon you to the traitors who gave you to me.
There's the Butcher. He's a Reaver and fighting his own Antam.
That thing's a monster. How can it tell us anything about the gods?
We have to hope he's still in there.
Derrote o carniceiro. Deixa o caminho por aqui, ó.
I see you, Rook, and I see the ritual. Match me, fight me, win this city! This is the power the gods give!
Butcher, where is the ritual?
So beautiful, but not like Treviso. I know this one. Use and jaw.
There's nothing left of it.
I see Tearstone Island. The ritual. Tearstone Island. Time to finish this, Rook.
He's gone. And he named the ritual site. Tearstone Island.
The Butcher didn't lie, if that's worth anything.
Era a troca que ele queria. Isso não vale nada. Isso não vale muita coisa. Ele era um monstro. Era a troca que ele queria.
He got the death he wanted. Good trade, I guess. And he gave us the information we came for.
Yes, truly the Butcher was a paragon of honor and virtue, and we are all devastated to see him go.
Eventually.
And now you have a location for your final pointless confrontation. The gods are at Tearstone Island. Isn't that what you wanted? A chance to die a hero's death? So go. Leave Treviso to those who deserve it.
Você é... Ah, esse cara aí tem pronome neutro também. Você é um covarde, traidor. É a sua chance de confessar. É claro, a traição foi sua. Você é um covarde, traidor.
You godless traitor! You weren't powerless against the Butcher, you were working with him!
I don't expect you to understand this, but sometimes governance means not showing your entire hand.
You sold the crows out to the Antam!
I kept Treviso safe, protected. Unlike you crows, I had to think ahead. You know what the Antam did elsewhere in Antiva, and in every other city they occupied. You and your troop of fools would have gladly provoked the Antam to slaughter. I gave them the crows, so they would not take the rest of the city. I gave them an inch, so they would not take a mile.
Ainda foi uma traição.
Rationalize it however you want. Weight the scales so they tip in your favor. You're still a traitor who gave up on the fight and gave up on us. You didn't prevent a slaughter, you just postponed it.
If you hadn't killed the Butcher,
someone else would have. He decided he wasn't their pawn anymore. The gods would have killed him. And then you would be ruled by someone much, Much worse.
You should have been a politician, Rook, instead of wasting your talents with that gang of circus rejects. But this city is mine. We need a real leader. You know who else wants a leader? The Antam. And if someone plays the role they want, they are very accepting. They also understand that bringing order to Treviso requires the purging of disruptive elements that cause nothing but chaos. So go to Tearstone Island. Have your little showdown with the gods, fight your pointless battle, and leave the city to me.
Tem que acabar com esse cara aí, hein, cara. Eu sempre suspeitei dele desde o começo, cara.
Makes sense now. Every decision they made shows it.
The other officials, of course, know nothing.
Of course. I'm surprised they even remember the governor's name.
I take it you heard? The butcher's dead.
And in his place is the traitor we knew was lurking. And the Antam fell in line?
Eventually is apparently playing the role they want.
The governor has given them a clear purpose. They were more cunning than I thought.
Queria ter percebido antes. Ele enganou a gente, admito. Eu sabia que ele era suspeito.
Something always bothered me about Evenchi.
Many things bothered me about Evenchi. Yet I did not spot the most important one.
This wasn't a failure. You gave us the name we needed.
The hand that leashed Treviso. The butcher was the mouth, but the hand was Evenchi all along. They think they have the power in the Antam, and a network doing their will.
But we have the face of our enemy.
Evenchi will be hiding, so we will hound their Antam and make them desperate.
When the governors show themselves again, we end this.
E se as divindades atacarem?
You're not concerned the gods will send the Antam more support?
The gods might come for us, but they're coming for everyone. I believe you are crafting the answer to that, and we will help as we can.
Tá. Qual é o objetivo do Evenchi?
Evenchi keeps talking about restoring order and rebuilding Treviso. But what then?
I believe the good governor's plan was to risk the city to try and claim the nation. If the Antam beheaded the crows, who would merchant princes hire? Who would invaders fear?
As if the Antam would fill that role. This was a bookkeeper's angry grab at power.
O que Evenchi está planejando?
When Evenchi left, they made it sound like they were planning something.
I suspect it will be about restoring order as they see it, and that the crows will be first on their list.
Whatever the good governor's intent, we'll end it.
Evenchi vai enfrentar a justiça.
We'll stop Evenchi.
The gods. Did you learn where they will be?
Tearstone Island. Evenchi confirmed it before they left.
We know the time to face Elgarnon and Gillanane approaches, but it will not take us long to find Evenchi.
You are a crow, and you have suffered the governor's treachery. You should be here when we stop them.
We'll let you know when we'll make our move. And after that, Treviso will be free.
Treviso. Ou pelo menos a gente encontrou o traidor, né? Não, de quebra a gente descobriu onde as divindades estão. Importante. Pelo amor de Treviso, o carniceiro corrompido pela podridão revelou que a Ilha da Pedra da Lágrima é o local do próximo ritual das divindades. Ele morreu, mas o governante Evenchi se declarou como quem traiu Treviso em nome dos Antam. Agora Evenchi controla os Antam e os corvos precisam lutar ainda mais para destituir o governante corrupto. Beleza? Tem que fazer um malabarismo aqui para conseguir ler o texto. Desviando desses pronomes neutros aqui, que é muito ruim de ler isso. Vamos lá. Ó, a gente ganhou uma espada bem melhor do que a gente tá usando, hein? Vou colocar pra usar, claro. E é isso. Galera, a gente vai ficando por aqui nesse vídeo. E no próximo vídeo a gente continua aqui seguindo nas missões principais de Dragon Age, beleza? Vamos ver se a gente consegue terminar logo essa semana esse game aí. E depois eu pretendo trazer uma review sobre o que eu achei desse jogo. Tranquilo? Um abraço a todo mundo, obrigado. Vocês que estão aqui, ficaram aqui até o final do vídeo. Muito obrigado a vocês e até a próxima. Valeu!